Hey y'all, it's Zoe, and today I'm trying a new thing where I voice over my travel vlogs. So today I made my way down to Jiayi County in Alishan, took the HSR from Taipei, Maine, and then took an Uber to our hostel. Then the next day it was nice and sunny, no rain, and we actually booked a tour of Alishan through Klook. So first we got some breakfast at 7, and then we took a taxi back to the HSR station, actually, because that is where we were meeting up with our tour group. And then they had a little van to put all of us in, and they drove us to the national park. It was really far away, so first we stopped at this little area for a little bathroom break, and then we made our way over to the park. And the closer we got to the park, the more trees and nature there were, and it was just so beautiful. And then we stopped in this little area for a little lunchtime and got on a bus and took us up the mountains to where our starting point was. So we had our own personal tour guide. He was really funny. He could speak English, but almost everyone except the two of us spoke Chinese, so he mostly used Chinese the whole time. But he really liked to tell us about the history of the forest and how the Japanese historically would come to this forest and cut down a lot of the trees to use for weapons and other materials. But the trees were super tall, very beautiful. There were ponds that we saw, including this really pretty pond. And in the pond, we saw little tadpoles and frogs, and they were super, super cute. I mean, just imagine being this frog, getting to swim around and literally just vibe in this pool in Alishan Forest. Like, it's just so cool. And I love seeing the little frogs. Well, I think he might have called them toads, so I had to Google the difference between frogs and toads because I thought that toads were more landlocked than frogs, but our tour guide was convinced that it was a toad. So let me know what you think in the comments down below. Also in the park, we saw these beautiful hydrangeas. I mean, look at how gorgeous they are. I've never seen so many hydrangeas all together. The colors made me so happy. I just love all of these colors together, and they were just so full and in bloom, and it was lovely. This was a little rest area kind of in the middle of the forest, and then we finished our hike. So I'm kind of glad we went the direction we did because we went down a lot of stairs, so if we'd gone the other way we would have had to go up a lot of stairs. But anyways, here's more of the really lovely trees, and then we got to the suspension bridge. It was a lot more wobbly than I was anticipating, but it was still a really cool bridge. And then we popped into this museum. I think it just had more history on the railway and things like that. And then this is the tallest tree that they had in there, literally huge tree. And this is my friend taking a picture of bugs. She loves nature and bugs and even has an Instagram account for it, so I wanted to get a video of her in her element. And then we were finishing up our hike, and the last thing we did was take the train back to our starting point. So Alishan has some railways that run through it, and I think it used to be like a local, like an actual train railway system, but I think now they mostly just run the trains through the park. But anyways, enjoy these nice little train shots, and excuse the phones, I wasn't the only one recording. After our tour was over, we got back in our little bus and went to a tea farm. I had no idea that if this tea farm was like included in the tour or what, but it was really, really cool. They collect a bunch of foreign currency, and I love foreign currency, and I actually collect it myself. But we had this really, really delicious tea. I loved the black tea that they had. And the people were so nice. The couple was so sweet. Then he showed us the back room where they like make the tea leaves, and then we took the little van back to the HSR station, and we got to see the really pretty sunset over the mountains and trees, and it was just so gorgeous. I love watching the sunset, and I'm never up early enough to watch sunrise, so it was just really pretty. And then when we got back home, we had the famous turkey rice that Chai is known for. The second day, it was really rainy, so I'm kind of glad the tour was on a sunny day, but we went to this cafe for breakfast. Then we called ourselves a taxi and made our way back to the HSR station to go back to Taipei. So overall, it was a really fun trip, and I loved visiting the forest, and I highly recommend. When I got back to Taipei, I wanted to try the new Popeyes. It just opened a few days before. The line was insane. I want you to guess how long you think it took to get me my food. But they had a pretty good system for takeout and dine in, and this is the inside of the store. But I finally got what I wanted. They did not have red beans and rice, which I was really sad about, and they were sold out of mac and cheese, but overall the food was really good. Alright, see you next time!